Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, and welcome. I'm super excited for tonight to share something that I've been working on with all of you. But before we dive in, I had to play with the settings. If you're here with me, please say hello and let me know where you're tuning in from. I just want to see if my chat is working because last time I went live, the chat wasn't working yet. So if you're there, say hi. My name is Darlene, and I am the founder of Wild Femme Polarity. And tonight, I'm sharing with you something that I created for those of you who are either in partnership and the person that you're with, maybe you're in a fantastic relationship and you just want to deepen the connection. You want to play the edge a little bit. Or perhaps you are in partnership with somebody and the spark has faded. If that's you, then tonight is also for you. And if you're single, this is also for you. I really want to take a second to let those of you who are single know that you're all welcome too. Like, this is not just for couples, this is for singles as well. And I say that because if you are looking to like deepen your understanding of relational energetics and repair work and basically like how to get it right next time, then you're in the right place as well. There's still a lot here for you that you can dive into even without being in partnership. And I actually think it's an amazing thing for those of you who are single to do this work because you'll actually end up raising your own energetic frequency and you'll attract in a more polarized partner. It works both ways. So that's who this is for. Again, if you are in partnership and it's amazing, you're in the right place because what we're talking about tonight can help you to deepen together, both emotionally and erotically. And if you and your partner have sort of the sparks faded a little bit, or maybe you've hit a rough patch, this is 100% for you. And if you're single, this is for you as well. So, welcome to everyone. And again, my chat last week was not working. So, if you're here, if you can drop a comment so I know it's working, that would be amazing. Okay, so tonight I want to share with you something that I created inside the Polarity Studio. I created something called the Couples 6 Night Guided Rituals. Okay, and essentially, oh, hi, Duncan. Thank you so much. Yes, it's working. Okay, good. Now I don't have to submit a ticket. I do a lot of things, but tech's not really the thing. So I'm glad it's working. Thank you, Duncan. Okay, so in the Polarity Studio, there's two things, right? So the Polarity Studio is the paid tier, and in there, every single month we go live on Zoom together, and it's essentially a recalibration space. It's where you take everything that you're learning with me, all the things we're doing together, the embodiment work, the practices, and it's open Q&A. We come together, we deep dive, we share. It's a really intimate, beautiful space. And so the other thing with the studio is I created this couples polarity guided experience. It's a combination of a daily practice. And I'm going to give you a visual to kind of, give it some context, but there's a daily practice for each of you to help you to embody more of your natural pole, whether it's the masculine or feminine pole. Then there's a weekly practice where you clear the energetic fields. If you've been here reading my work, you've learned about how both partners have their own energetic field, like the heart space, and then there's a relational field, right? And this is all backed in science, by the way. And what happens over time in partnership is we say things or we don't say things. A lot of times it's things we don't say, or we hurt one another intentionally or not intentionally. And all of these things, even if we say we're sorry, even if we talk about it, they don't actually get fully healed. They don't really resolve completely. And so they remain in the energetic space. And I call it debris. And over time, the debris accumulates. And when that happens, polarity collapses. And so it's not just working on your own, embodiment piece of masculine or feminine. It's also clearing the relational field so that the space is clear and polarity can exist again. So there's the two sides to it. So in the couples polarity ritual, there's the daily practice, right, for each of you to do. It's super simple. It doesn't take a lot of time. And I guide you through that. And then there's this weekly clearing where you clear everything that's been there. And there might be a lot, there might not be, depending on how long you've been together. And then, right, then there's the 6 guided nights together. They're like sacred ritual nights. They're absolutely beautiful. There's a masculine audio practice, an embodiment practice. There's a feminine embodiment practice. There's a masculine journal, a feminine journal, right? So each of you have your own work that you're doing before you come together. Before you come together. So by the time you come together, you've already spent up to an hour doing your embodiment work. And for the guys, what that looks like is meditation, breath work, connecting you to your heart, connecting you to your sexual center, really just bringing you into your masculine essence, your divine masculine essence. And the women, the same thing. It's a combination of yoga and breath work and sensual dance. And by the time you come together, and there's also the workbook piece of it, that's every night there's a different theme. And then there's a sharing part. So you come together, both of you fully in your own natural pole. She's going to be deeply in her feminine. Her Shakti is going to be alive. He is going to be in his masculine. And I'll tell you guys, the practice, from what I've heard from men, like this type of practice, it's not hard. It's a meditation, right? But it's, it incorporates a few different things. It helps you to deepen, it helps you to expand your consciousness. And so the shift in you don't have to say anything. She's going to feel it. Anyone you engage with in life is going to feel it. You become more trustable, you're more grounded. You begin to experience life a bit differently. And the same is true for her. She's going to become more magnetic. Things are going to, opportunities, like people, lots of opportunities begin to manifest for both of you when you are in this work, in the embodiment piece of it. So it's really just a beautiful invitation for you to not just experience each other a little differently, but also experience yourself differently. So I'm going to do a quick screen share, and let me know if you have any questions at all. I am more than happy to answer any questions that you might have. I'm just bringing up my screen share really quickly. Here we go. So I'm a very visual person, and so I like to share graphics. This is just a graphic of the Polarity Studio. So every month we have a Polarity Lab where we come together live. I have the Polarity podcast, but some of the episodes are private feed only, like the masculine embodiment practice, the feminine embodiment practice. Whoops. Those are all, I don't know what I did. Those are all on the private feed on the podcast. And so they're for private members, but there's plenty other episodes that you can all, listen to without being in the Polarity Studio. But the Polarity Studio has the private feed. And then it also has, let me see if I can open that up again. I don't know what I did. Let me go back. Here we go. It also has the whole guided experience that I'm sharing tonight. So this is how it works. Let me just go over to it here. There we are. Okay, so there's a monthly lab, the private episodes, the embodiment and relational practices, and then there's the couples polarity ritual experience. And so I do have a slide just for that. There we go. Here it is. The couples polarity. I don't know. Can you see this? It's a little bit small, or maybe it's just small for my eyes. So here's the polarity ritual. This is the guided experience. And again, what you receive is a full guided workbook of this experience, breaking all of this down. And then you also receive a masculine journal and a feminine journal, and their counterparts. Okay. So there's 3 separate workbooks and 2 different audio practices. And every single day during this experience, you are doing your daily practice, each of you individually. You're doing a weekly practice together. That's where you're just talking, you're clearing the fields, right? And keeping it clear. And then you have your 6 sacred polarity ritual nights that are just absolutely beautiful. And it starts with him doing his embodiment practice while she's doing hers. And then you come together, and each ritual is a little bit different. Each one builds on the last. And it's a combination of tantra, breath work, meditation. Sacred sharing is where you're sharing whatever that night's journal topic was. You're sharing it with each other. Then there's a physical component, and if you're a couple who you've been disconnected for a while, it might take you some time to get to that piece of it. But there is there's a physical component to it of deep intimacy, and it's optional, obviously. And there's also time for reflection at the end, integration, and then honoring of one another. It truly is a ritual. Um, this is an opportunity for the two of you. I think this is what I would say the most. It's really an opportunity. Oh, sorry. I thought I was sharing. I thought I was sharing the right thing, but I'm not. Sorry. Um, Ooh, Duncan, great question. I will absolutely answer that. Let me just go back to share the correct thing because I wasn't sharing it. This is what I meant to share. So, in the polarity ritual experience, you have the daily practice, you have the weekly practice. That's where you're talking, you're clearing the energetic fields. And then you have your 6 sacred nights. And this is the piece where you have each of you, getting into your own essence individually, then coming together. And the ritual experience, it's a little different each night, but each of the nights incorporates a little bit of tantra, breath work, meditation, sacred sharing, deep intimacy on the physical level. It's optional, obviously. And then there's just an honoring of one another and a sharing of the experience together. The other thing I didn't mention is before you even start the first ritual night, you create this sanctuary together. Like you decide where it's going to be. If you live together, it could be in your bedroom. If not, it's in one of your places. Maybe you go shopping, you clear the space, and you create just this beautiful space that you want to be in, a place that just like speaks to all of your senses, where the both of you can enter and it feels sacred. It's so interesting because it's so simple, but yet so many we don't take time to really create this for ourselves most of the time. And after these 6 nights, you would have experienced conversation together that you most likely have never experienced together. I give you the topics to go into. So it is guided, and you're going to see your partner very likely in a whole new way. And like I said earlier, if you're already in a partnership, that's amazing. This is just going to deepen you. There's always a deeper place to go, right? And if you're in a partnership where things have been a little bit disconnected, or you just feel like something's not, you're just not as connected as you used to be, this can help you get back to that place where you're flirting and you're joking around again, and you're sending flirty text messages during the day, like you did way back in the day. It can help you to get there. And if you're single, it can help you to understand this on a deeper level so that the type of partner that you're looking for. There's a whole thing that I do on polarity and dating, and understanding, what you're looking for is one part of it. And the other part of it is you really embodying your own natural essence is going to naturally magnetize someone of the opposing pole. So the person that you end up attracting to you're going to end up having a better relationship than if you don't do the work. So that's what I wanted to just let you know, that I created this. It's available now. The last piece of it that has to drop is dropping this weekend, and that's the feminine embodiment practice. The rest of it is already there, for those of you who join. Hello, Whitney. Hello, Duncan. Hello, CMDR. Mario, Traders Pro. Hello, Lily. Really nice to see all of you tonight. I'm over in New York. I'm not sure where everyone is tuning in from. I'd love to know. Love to know. I love to get to know people, and those of you here in my space. Hey, Whitney, great to see you. I just went through the couples polarity ritual, the 6-night guided experience that I created inside the Polarity studio. So, Canada, awesome. Oh, hello. Duncan's in the UK, awesome, awesome. I was talking to somebody earlier from Australia. I think that's the coolest thing about, the online space is, we get to connect with people that we very likely never otherwise we just never would have connected. So welcome to all of you. And I appreciate you all, for being here so much. And I really, truly do mean that. I want to get to know all of you. And if you're thinking of joining the studio, if you have questions, feel free to DM me. If you're not sure if it's for you, I'm more than happy to have a conversation. And so, yeah, I'm so glad you caught me live, Whitney. I'm going to try to catch you live also. So Duncan had asked me earlier what inspired me to make this decision to help people with their energy. And it's such a loaded question, Duncan, and I appreciate it so much. My background is I'm a therapist, and I work in the space of applied science in the energetic realm. I've also have advanced certifications in like yoga, breathwork, meditation, and Eastern philosophy and relational dynamics. And I'm just fascinated. I'm fascinated with love. Everything love fascinates me. And when I learned what I learned, not from school, formal education doesn't teach you about energy, right? They don't. You have to learn it on your own. But when I learned what I have learned about energetics and the heart energetics and polarity dynamics, I knew I had to share it. It's to go into my story a little bit, Duncan. I had this knowledge, right? And I was helping people for decades as a therapist, training school systems and whatnot, and nervous system regulation and co-regulation and all the things. But it wasn't until I had experienced difficulty in my own relationships that I dove into this, and I needed to understand what was happening and why, and what could we do to fix it, what could bring it back. And the really interesting thing is there's sort of a timeline with this. Like, with polarity, you can create a polarized moment anytime, even with people who don't know each other. But that's not what this is about. The reality is, in partnership with couples, there's a timeline where this work can work. But the problem is, many couples go too long. They go too long where things are fine. It's fine, right? You're functional. Things are okay. You don't want to rock the boat. And you have these other desires, or you have these things in your energetic space, things that you just can't seem to resolve. You just keep talking about the same thing over and over, trying to fix it. It doesn't work. And time goes by. And I mean time. Like, there are so many couples, the statistics are incredible, where there are just the majority of couples are living in this space where they're just living in the space. They're cohabitating and they're okay, but they're not fully happy, or they want more and they're just afraid to bring it to their partner. Like, there's so much more available to people. But if it goes on for too long, the opportunity to really get back to where you were declines. And so I just have this desire to bring this to the world, to expand the capacity of love, because people who are together, like, it can be amazing. You don't have to be together in just an okay relationship. It can be amazing. It could be an epic relationship that is fueled with passion for the long term. Like, it can stay passionate. It's, the myth is that the longer you're together, the less passion you have. And that's not yes, it's true, because people don't know this work. You can stay together for a long time and keep the passion high. I mean, high. The passion you can keep deepening, right? And so that's why, like, I'm just so excited to bring this to everyone. Duncan said, "What do you recommend to men to embrace their sexual energy without feeling guilty about it?" Oh, there's so much there. There's so much there. The word guilt, that says that you very likely have some shadow work to do, Duncan. We all have shadows. It's from our childhood, our upbringing, where it's our own, blocks and like we can't see what's stopping us, right? And that's why it's a shadow. And when we do some shadow work and you're able to discover what's really there in the corners that's holding you back and that's filtering, the lens that you see through, and you bring it into the light, it no longer holds you back. So I would encourage you to explore some shadow work there, especially if you're feeling it around your sexual energy. And, the other thing that I'll say to that is a lot of that is cultural, where men have been villainized around their sexuality, around just their masculinity, and because of that, they feel they have to hold back for what's natural. It's just a matter of embracing it yourself, and then how you bring that in partnership. The way that when I work with couples and I'm working with men, I work with a lot of men. Um, the thing that I really try to bring and help men and women to see is when you are in your masculine essence, you're really in your true divine masculine frame, you are connected to your heart. You are connected to your heart. And when you're connected to heart and you're coming from love and you're coming from protection and devotion, it is received from your partner in such a beautiful way. Yeah, and I just feel like men just need to be honored, in what they have to offer, um, because so much of culture has, especially this time that we live in, has made men feel guilty for who they are, the who naturally. And the same is true for women. The same is true for women, and it varies in different parts of the world. In some places it's more, some places it's less, but it is absolutely cultural, societal conditioning that plays into that. And so in this work that I do, obviously it's with people who this is consensual, mutually consensual. And whether you're, single and you're exploring this work on your own, which is a beautiful thing, or if you're in partnership, it's always consensual. And it's always done in love. Like all of this is done with connection to heart, connection to devotion, connection to your sovereign self. And when you connect to that first and come to your partner in that energy, you can go deeper than you can even imagine. It's just really, really beautiful. So Duncan, thank you so much for that question. That was a beautiful question, and I appreciate it so much. So thank you all for hanging out with me today, and thank you for commenting. So I know that my chat is working. My tech skills are, I guess, a little bit better than I thought they were. And I just want to invite you all to click on the Polarity Studio. Just check it out, see what it is. If it's not for you, that's okay. Maybe you know somebody that you want to share it with. I appreciate that as well. And again, I just appreciate you all so much. Have a wonderful evening or morning, whatever time it is in the day for where you are. And I will see you all really soon. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Bye for now.